Welcome to the deep dive. So today we're looking at leadership, but through a really specific lens.
Yeah, the Wat Lao Buddhavong Buddhist temple. We're basing this on an op-ed by Dr. Wat.
Right. And the big question we're sort of tackling is, does leading this temple effectively mean you have to have, super deep Buddhist knowledge?
Or are other things maybe more important?
Exactly. And the idea is to give you some takeaways about leadership that maybe you can use, thinking about what really makes someone effective, even if they aren't the top expert.
It's interesting right away, isn't it, how Dr. Wat challenges that assumption. The idea that the leader needs to be like a walking encyclopedia of Buddhist teachings.
The sutras, yeah.
The op-ed puts it plainly, something like, no one, no matter how devoted, can know everything. Which is true, right?
Yeah, totally. We often think leaders need to be the expert, but Dr. Watt seems to be saying, especially here, that leadership is, it's broader than just knowing all the texts.
Or winning arguments about doctrine.
Right. So if it's not just about deep knowledge, what are the key things, according to Dr. Watt?
Well, the focus really shifts to, practical abilities. The skills you need to actually run a community.
Okay.
So Dr. Watt talks about organizational skills, just the nuts and bolts of making things work smoothly. And community building, obviously crucial. Financial responsibility, stewardship, they call it. And even handling disagreements.
Conflict resolution.
Exactly. And these are the things the op-ed argues that really help the temple thrive, not just practically, but spiritually too.
That makes a lot of sense. You could know everything but be, terrible at managing money or bringing people together.
Precisely.
Now, Dr. Watt also brings up something else that's pretty thought-provoking about faith. Does the leader have to be a practicing Buddhist?
Yeah. That touches on shared values, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And the op-ed suggests that while, personal faith matters, effective leadership might be more rooted in, say, ethics.
Wisdom?
Uniting the community. Yes. And pointing out that lots of different traditions share core ethical ideas. Things like compassion, mindfulness, acting responsibly. These are huge in Buddhism, of course.
But maybe not exclusive to it.
Right. So the implication is someone from maybe a different background could still lead effectively.
If they embody those values, like kindness, patience, service.
Upholding the spirit of Buddhist principles through their actions, even if they haven't, spent decades studying every text.
It's about actions over labels, maybe?
Sort of. And Dr. Watt connects this back to core Buddhist ideas too, like compassion and acceptance. Accepting imperfection.
Okay. So expecting flawless knowledge in a leader, it kind of misses the point that everyone's learning.
Exactly. Even monks dedicate their whole lives to learning.
Yeah.
So expect imperfection from any leader, especially in terms of pure knowledge, it's maybe unrealistic and not very compassionate.
Right. So it's less about how much do they know.
And more about how do they lead.
Okay. So what are those key leadership qualities then that the op-ed highlights?
Well, a few big ones. Ethical integrity is huge. Honesty, transparency, moral compass.
Makes sense.
Then really engaging with the community, supporting people, building that unity, having a vision, and the skills to actually guide the temple toward its long-term goals.
And respecting the values.
Yes, a genuine respect for Buddhist values, even if maybe their personal beliefs aren't identical.
So it really boils down to things like wisdom, humility, a focus on service.
I think so. Dr. Watt seems to frame those as way more crucial than hitting some impossible standard of perfect knowledge.
And always learning, always growing.
That commitment, that's vital.
So the main takeaway here seems to be that good leadership, at least in this context, really prioritizes serving the community, acting ethically, building connections.
Over just having all the answers book-wise.
Right. Which kind of makes you think, doesn't it?
How it applies elsewhere.
Yeah. How this view of leadership might play out in other areas of your life, where maybe, competence and character count for more than just having the most specific expertise on paper.
Definitely something to reflect on.